Welcome to Punky's Pro Wrestling. Okay, in yesterday's video, I alluded to this case, and I now have 2 full pages of notes on it. Mike, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, has been arrested for trying to purchase film of young people, like underage people, doing things that underage people shouldn't be doing on or off camera. Child, fill in the blank. It rhymes with photography. Anyway, on the dark web. However, in the process of doing this, even though he was trying to buy it with crypto, he was using Coinbase, which in my research I found it has a marketplace, but it's also sort of a bank for your crypto. And because he was trying to use crypto he had stored there, they flagged it, sent it to the FBI, who sent it to the sheriff's department in Warren County, Tennessee, because he lived in McMinnville. He's been indicted by a grand jury and is set for arraignment to make his plea. His arraignment is on May 25th. Say what? Why would you do that? Oh, I'm sorry, it's May 28th. The part that gets me, he's been released on $10,000 bond. Well, I sure hope that there are some conditions to that release, like no access to the internet, no smartphone, no tablets, no computers. And I hope that they took his phone, his computer, his tablet, his whatever other device in for forensic examination, because he may have purchased or watched or, God forbid, made the thing that rhymes with photography and involves children in the past that may be downloaded onto his computer. He has been let go from his job as a DUI coordinator for the 31st Judicial District Court. I don't understand how he got that job in the first place. He was a convicted felon himself. I think he became an informant. That's just my opinion. Because before that, he was an elementary special education teacher, as well as a strength coach at the high school, until he sold narcotics and narcotics that help you get off of narcotics to an informant. I went to jail for 30 days out of a 3-year sentence. And a $2,000 fine. And the school actually let him resign. He didn't get fired. They should have fired him. But that's just my opinion. And this man that we now know as a pervert was teaching the most vulnerable students. I would be questioning his former students to find out if anything ever happened to them. You know, alarm bells, anyone? Ding dong! He had a leg amputated due to a staph infection. I didn't see a timeline for that. And he may have also been using painkillers. Phantom pain is real and it's very serious. So, but how do you get a job with the court as a convicted felon? Like I said, he was a convicted felon. He was a convicted drug dealer. That's a felony. Not only was he selling straight up narcotics, he was selling something like Suboxone. Only it was called Subtext. It was something like Suboxone, from what I read, that is supposed to... It's a narcotic, but it's supposed to block the opiate effects. And I have a feeling that once they go through his electronics, which hopefully they will, that more charges will be forthcoming. Now, I don't think that sheriff's department should be investigating, because remember, he worked for the court. The actual charge against him is attempted child exploitation, because he didn't actually receive the material. Again, I actually think there may be more charges coming, because I'm sure that they're going through his phone, his, tablet, iPad, whatever, and his computer. Laptop, desktop, whatever. Excuse me. I wonder if his job with the court was part of the arrangement on the drug charge, sort of a rehabilitation thing. I don't know. Because he happened to be working in what they call drug court. They fired him. Obviously, excuse me, after his indictment. So. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. So. Yeah, Francine jumped on her podcast, as I mentioned. Excuse me. As soon as she heard about it. I wanted to do a little research before I brought this to you. Again, people think the dark web, nobody will know who you are and whatnot, but if you're using basically what is a crypto bank, which this crypto bank is different from a bank because they have their own marketplace where you can purchase things with crypto. But it's also a place that holds your crypto, kind of like a crypto wallet, but it's more like a bank in the way that I understood it. And like any other institution, they reported him trying to buy something illegal. So I thought that was a federal crime, but the FBI gave it to the sheriff's department. He will be arraigned on the 28th, and we'll find out whether he pleads guilty, not guilty. nolo contendere, which means no contest. Which means I'm not going to tell you basically what nolo contendere, meaning I don't contend, or no contest, means that you're pleading that you have enough evidence, if it went before a jury, that they would likely convict me, but I'm not going to plead guilty. I'm not going to say I'm guilty, but you have enough evidence that a jury would most likely find me guilty. That's what no contest or nolo contendere means. It's a way of pleading guilty without pleading guilty. Because you know you're going to be found guilty. You don't have a defense, but you don't want to plead guilty. So. Now, there are some people who will plead no contest or nolo contendere because they didn't do it, but they have a fear of being convicted, and they won't plead guilty to something they didn't do. But they have a fear of being convicted wrongly. You're still going to be sentenced. In case you're wondering, is there a difference between nolo contendere and no contest? No. Nolo contendere is just the Latin for no contest. I do not contend. I will not contend with you over this. Is basically what nolo contendere means. Nolo meaning no, and contendere means contend. I will not contend with you over this issue. Or I plead no contest. I give you no contest over this issue. They're both exactly the same. I will not contest the evidence because I don't have any. You do. That kind of thing. I won't contest your evidence because I'll lose. So those are the options that he has. Guilty, not guilty, no contest. And it also depends on the court whether they call it nolo contendere or no contest. But they're the same exact plea. So I hope I didn't bore you with that. I find all that stuff fascinating. So it'll be interesting to see. Excuse me. Thank you so much. God bless you. Please subscribe. We're trying to get up to 30 subscribers by the 4th of July. 500 on Kid Missing TV and 300 on Pocky's World. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.